Mr. Nagabharana, coming to you first. The allegations made by Tamil actor Vishal are very serious in nature. What do you think should be the course forward? Should there be a CBI inquiry into this matter?
I always suggest that wherever it is, whether it is CBFC or wherever, whatever office it is, if there is an allegation like this, it has to be properly inquired and somehow the transparency has to be brought in again so that we can believe in the office. Otherwise, it will not work, especially in a democracy. I think we need that kind of approach. And that too, after several years, we are finding it something good is happening around. So it is better to have an inquiry, and already I think Minister Ji has already asked for an inquiry, and the process is already on.
But sir, the allegations made here are very serious in nature. It's not just about one actor who was demanded, certain amount of money. Well, yes, that's the prime allegation he's making, but he was with us on the broadcast and he argued that this is something which seems to be like a quote-unquote norm, an unwritten rule that people have to pay these kind of kickbacks to get their job done.
I don't know about the Mumbai regional office, but as far as the Karnataka, in Kannada regional office, whatever I have observed, because I'm also a board member there, I do revisit the revising committee, this thing. You please tell, none of them has pointed out anything like that. Because we have requested the producers, we have conducted and informed the producers association and guild and everyone, so that please have a direct link with the CBFC. You please apply yourself, because you are answerable and you are responsible for your film, not another mediator or anything like that. So invariably, they, as producers, they will answer to it. So none of the mediator comes and none of those kind of things happens so far. And I have done 36 films. None of my films had these kind of any of those things in the censor so far.
Right. I take those points. But Mayank, why don't you come into the conversation? These are very serious allegations of corruption that have been made by the Tamil actor. Now, is this opening up of Pandora's box, or should this be seen as a standalone incident that has come to light? Ma'am.
Well, of course, this is one particular allegation and it needs to be investigated. So in that sense, it's a standalone thing. But if you look at it in a larger sense, we're looking at 6.5 lakh goose or bribe for a work to be done in a government office. Now, practically a lot of people in some form or the other have had to face something of this nature at some point in their lives, right? If CBI is going to investigate every investigation of this nature, they're going to be extremely overworked. I think what it does, though, is it does blow the lid of something that must have been a norm for very long. I mean, of course, we know the system at the CBFC office, that there are agents, yes, and they do.
A lot of us don't know the norm, quote unquote, at the CBFC. You're somebody who intrinsically understands the industry and you're an insider. Tell us, what are these norms that everybody knows about but no one talks about it?
Well, I think what has been known, and this is, I'm talking about from many years ago, but what was understood is that they have an agent system and that you do go through someone who is going to make your life a little easier dealing with an office that has that many applications on a daily basis to certify, to put together a jury, which is essentially regular people who form the jury. At least they're supposed to be with some representative of the CBFC sitting in the room. They watch that film. So, given that there will always be a queue, a line for something like this, there is someone who makes it easier for you. You can call him an agent, you can call him a liaison officer.
So the person helps you jump the queue.
Yes, whether he helps you jump the queue or he helps you fill your forms, whether he helps, this is something that you will see in a lot of Indian government offices. So it's in that sense, I'm pretty sure is a norm. I think what it does, this particular situation, what it does, and I really hope it does that, is when someone speaks up, and if lots of people have been through something similar, they tend to speak up as well. That's really what happened. For instance, if we take the last big thing that happened in the entertainment industry was what? Was the Me Too movement, right? Some somebody spoke up, and then others started speaking up, and then you saw the rot that lay for years together. And I
Okay.
really hope it's not just about Vishal, and that others who've been through something similar sort of put their point across, and there is a genuine cleanup.
I want to use today's platform in discussion, that it's because it's not every day that we get to discuss what is happening in CBFC and the methods or the procedures that exist.